Hey, Saddleback small group host. This is Steve Gladen. I'm the pastor of Connections here across our campuses, and I'm excited to walk through with you a development pathway that, whether you know it or not, we're hoping to take you on a spiritual journey to help you not just be a host, but to bring out the leader in you so that you can have an eternal destiny on people's lives. Now, when you signed up to lead a group, it was just, gathering a couple of your friends and following a very simple acrostic called HOST. The H was have a heart for people. The O was open up a place. Didn't matter whose place it was, just a place. Serve a snack, and then turn on a video. And it was a very simple way to start out, much like when Jesus called the disciples in Matthew 4. It was just follow me. And slowly but surely, he moved them through a developmental process that helped them to change the world. So I want to walk you through your host development pathway so that you can have a little bit of a roadmap. Some of you may take literally months to do this. Some of you may take years. Some of you may take multiple years, but it's going to be important that you know the pathway that is before you. It's broken up into 4 phases, an energizing phase, an equipping phase, an empowering phase, and an energizing phase. You'll be able to look at a graphic of this through the links that are available or through your host training. But part of what I want to do is walk you through each one of them. And you're kind of starting at the engaging phase. And this is just getting your small group started. And you started out just as a new host, going through the acrostic. You just said through either a weekend service or through an event, just saying, hey, I'll be able to take 2 friends and I'll rally them around whatever the particular curriculum is that we had available for you. But I wanted to let you know that in this phase, there are 2 important aspects just waiting for you to understand them. One of them is that we have a community leader. Now, you may be saying, what is a community leader? You think, is that a governmental thing? Is that somebody from my homeowners association? Not at all. It is a person who has just been there, done that. And hopefully you will have already received an email, or if you're just starting out, you'll receive an email from that community leader and you'll get a picture of their family. You'll understand, who they are. You'll get a little bit of an introduction. But this person is just there for as you need them. They want to help you succeed in this spiritual journey. Now, along with that, in this phase is we have what are called some asynchronistic trainings. That means you can grab them at any point and any time throughout the day. And these are called, getting your group started. But basically, they're just a lot of training videos for a brand new host. Now, we have a couple of them. One is from our senior pastor, just congratulating you, and you'll want to watch that one first. But then I start off with 5 questions that every person in your small group is going to be asking. And then we have a number of videos that can help you with, everything from dealing with a talkative person to dealing with somebody who doesn't talk at all, to how do I set up my place where we're having our small group for the optimum experience? How do I do so many things? And we just have lots of videos that are available for you that you'll be able to access through saddleback.com/small groups. And in there, you're going to be able to find the start of this leadership development pathway. But more importantly, you'll be able to see where you as a brand new host can access these videos. Now that kind of gets you through the engaging phase. It's just going to help you out and get you through the 6 to 10 weeks that you have on docket to gather your group together. Now, the next phase we're talking about is the equipping phase. And in the equipping phase, one of the things you have to understand, this is just simply entitled Moving Your Group Forward. And through this, we have a number of different modules that will help you understand how your group can advance forward. And we're going to basically walk through 4 different phases. One of them is a strategic overview. It's going to be very important for you here at Saddleback Church to understand how you do small groups and how small groups fit into our overall church process, where you can understand the importance of them, how God developed the church, temple courts, and house to house. Then, very important, we have a survival guide for you. That these are the top tips that hosts before you have said they needed for their group to make it in this equipping phase. Then in the third part of it is we're going to talk to you about spiritual health. We're going to introduce you to a spiritual health assessment, again, that you're going to be able to get at that website that I told you about, saddleback.com/small groups. Under health checkup, you'll be able to see some different things right there that we have. We have two important little assessments that you can do, and we've talked to you about one of them right now. We'll talk to you about another one in the next phase, but it's about spiritual health because speed of the leader, speed of the group. And we want you to grow spiritually in each one of the 5 biblical purposes. And so we have an assessment that will help you and a planner that will come along with you and take you through a new place. After that, we'll introduce you to the systems that we have to support you. We understand that this doesn't happen by accident. We know that the enemy is not going to want your small group to flourish, but we want to put the systems and the support around you that can help you be the best small group that Saddleback has to offer. Now, when you start to move through this process of the equipping and into the empowering phase, what you're going to understand is that you're going to see that as we focused on spiritual health for the individual, and we want you to be able to take the health assessment that you take to your small group leaders, but then we're going to talk to you about the next phase of training, the empowering phase, and that is how do you balance the 5 purposes that God gave us in the Great Commission and the Great Commandment in your small group. Now, in this empowering phase, it is just made up of simple modules to help you understand what does it mean to worship, what does it mean to fellowship, discipleship, serve, evangelize, and then, take the group assessment inside your small group. Now, one of the exciting things is that we have a group assessment that we'll be introducing you to. Again, if you want to get a little snapshot of that, you can go to saddleback.com/small groups to be able to look at our health assessment on group health. And so we want you to be able to understand that in the empowering phase, it's super important that you understand what does it look like in your small group. Now, what I'm excited about is that in this particular phase is that we give you practical ideas. And also when you signed up to be a host, whatever campus you're at, you are receiving a monthly newsletter that gives you 5 ideas on each one of the purposes that you could do in your group that particular month, kind of helping you as a small group leader balance those 5 purposes. Now, remember, when we talk about balance, we're not talking about equal parts. We're talking about balance in the sense of a verb, that you learn to harmonize those 5 biblical principles throughout your group over the period of 6 months. Then we move to the final phase, which is the energizing phase. And this is where we're helping you sharpen your leadership skills. We have huddles that happen for small group hosts. We have gatherings that we're going to be doing church-wide every year, probably right before a campaign happens. And then we're always having numerous resources, again, at that wonderful URL I keep mentioning to you about, which is saddleback.com/small groups, where you'll be able to get all the latest updates and articles and resources that we have for your small group to be balancing the 5 biblical purposes that Jesus prayed in John 17, that he modeled for us in Acts chapter 2, that we see played throughout the New Testament, but more importantly, that he spoke to us in the Great Commission and the Great Commandment. Now, this pathway is how we're going to take you from just being a host that is signed up with 2 people to being a bona fide leader in our church, where you can have an eternal destiny change in some person's life of those people in your small group. So I just want to encourage you, if you have questions, to contact us, and just know that we are here to serve you throughout this development pathway. God bless you.